Hey guys, so we're gonna be playing. We're gonna be, we're gonna be playing Story Creator. Please do not type rude comments on my video. Please don't make fun of me.
Ready to create an amazing story?
Choose a book from one of these real-life writing heroes
To make a new story just like theirs.
The Bronte Sisters.
The Bronte sisters were creative people who loved to pretend.
Charlotte, Emily, and Anne wrote lots of great stories.
Hey, let's create a story about us pretending.
One rainy day, Yadina pretended to be
A diver. A diver.
a bug. One rainy day, Yadina pretended to be a bug. And Xavier pretended to be a pirate. And Xavier pretended to be a pirate. Yadina and Xavier pretended they were inside. Yadina and Xavier pretended they were inside a pizza palace. When suddenly, they pretended the floor turned into pudding, ice. When suddenly, they pretended the floor turned into ice. I'll save them. So then, Brad pretended to rescue his friends as dun 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 dun, Bradman. So then, Brad pretended to rescue his friends as dun 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 dun, Bradman. Yay, Brad, our brave hero! Xavier and Yadina were proud to have such a brave friend as they climbed aboard Brad's rescue. Xavier and Yadina were proud to have such a brave friend as they climbed aboard Brad's rescue balloon.
That was amazing.
The end. Thanks for telling such a surprising story about us.
And pretending some amazing things.
Just like the Bronte sisters. I am Zora Neale Hurston. Zora Neale Hurston wrote all kinds of stories, and she shared them with people all around the world.
Hey, let's create a sharing story about Brad. Brad was writing his new comic book alone in the museum. Brad was writing his new comic book alone in the museum. When suddenly Brad saw a lonely moose. When suddenly Brad saw a lonely moose.
Aw, poor lonely guy.
So, Brad decided to share his comic book about Baby Brad. Reading Brad's comic book together made it so happy. Reading Brad's comic book together made it so happy.
Sharing makes everything better.
So then they decided to have a dance party.
That story was awesome!
The end.
Thanks for telling an awesome sharing story about me.
Stories are best when you share them with others.
Just like Zora Neale Hurston.
Mary Shelley used her imagination to write stories that were totally different from everybody else's. Some of her stories were spooky.
Ooh, let's create a story about Xavier. Your way. Xavier was walking in the woods when suddenly something happened that was very surprising. Xavier was walking in the woods when suddenly something happened that was very surprising. He came face to face with a bug monster. tried to be invisible. At first, Xavier tried to be invisible. But then, Xavier decided to be kind. Go, Xavier! So, Xavier kindly offered to share his teddy bear. To Xavier's surprise, the book monster said, "Let's eat pie." "Let's eat pie." Wow, didn't see that coming. The end.
Thanks for making an amazing story about me.
Your own way. Just like Mary Shelley.
Now,
Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was a writer and poet who used her words for good.
a poet is someone who puts words together in a super special way called a poem. Some poems rhyme, which means they have words that end in the same sound, like moon and balloon.
Ooh, let's create a poem that rhymes, all about Dr. Zoom. A rhyming poem about Dr. Zoom. How should we start? Dr. Zoom is my counterpart. A rhyming poem about Dr. Zoom. How should we start? Dr. Zoom is my counterpart. That means friend. What's that, Dr. Zoom? These words make you feel good? And you want more? Okay. Also, Dr. Zoom loves tea. Almost as much as... Dr. Zoom loves tea. Almost as much as having a turtle party.
Wow, didn't see that coming.
Dr. Zoom's brave and tries new things, like... Dr. Zoom's brave and tries new things, like bouncing on springs. So super brave. Dr. Zoom can spend all afternoon dancing. Dr. Zoom can spend all afternoon dancing on a spoon. Dr. Zoom's got the moves. Did you know Dr. Zoom's favorite power is singing? Did you know Dr. Zoom's favorite power is singing in the shower? What a talented super turtle. And when it's time for bed, Dr. Zoom likes to cuddle on. And when it's time for bed, Dr. Zoom likes to cuddle on. My sleepy head. Oh, Dr. Zoom. And even though our poem is just about done, Dr. Zoom, you're loved a ton. And even though our poem is just about done, Dr. Zoom, you're loved a ton.
Group hug?
The end.
Wow, that was a great poem.
Dr. Zoom just loves how we use our words for good.
Just like Maya Angelou. Nellie Bly. Nellie Bly wrote about some big and sometimes scary adventures she went on.
Nellie was bold. That means she was brave and willing to try new things.
Hey, let's create a story about Yadina being bold. At the playground, Yadina was too scared to try the monkey bars, so she went on. At the playground, Yadina was too scared to try the monkey bars, so she went on to swing. When suddenly, Dr. Zoom was carried away by... a bird.
Hang on, Dr. Zoom!
Yadina had to be bold and chase after Dr. Zoom using her roller skates. Then Dr. Zoom landed on top of a spaghetti mountain. To save Dr. Zoom, Yadina had to be bold and climb up the pizza stairs.
Yadina, I knew you could do it.
To celebrate rescuing Dr. Zoom, she gave her best turtle friend a big... To celebrate rescuing Dr. Zoom, she gave her best turtle friend a big kiss.
What a turtle-tastic story!
The end.
Thanks for telling such a cool story about me being bold. When you really want to do something, be bold.
Just like Nellie Bly. Charles Dickens used his imagination to write great stories. Stories that lots of people still love today.
Ooh, let's create a story about Brad's imagination. One day, Brad was laying down on his couch. One day, Brad was laying down on his couch. When suddenly, Brad imagined it was a spaceship, an airplane. When suddenly, Brad imagined it was an airplane. And Brad imagined he was in the clouds. And Brad imagined he was in the clouds. Then Brad imagined he saw chickens.
Whoa, now that's using your imagination.
And Brad imagined he was holding a banana.
Whew, my imagination is exhausting.
So Brad imagined he was relaxing in his bedroom.
Ooh, now there's a story I love.
The end.
Thanks for telling such a silly story about my imagination.
Using your imagination makes everything more fun.
Just like Charles Dickens.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please do not type mean comments. Please do not type mean comments, because I will delete the mean comments. Okay. So, like for Megan, subscribe for Laura, comment for Yoonjae. As a matter of fact, like for Megan and Daniela, subscribe for Laura and Sophia, comment for Manon and Yoonjae, and do all for all cats. Bye. That's all for now. Goodbye, and I'll see you on the next video.